Shabbat Shalom. My mom is the kindest, sweetest, most mild-mannered woman that you will ever meet. I know she watches all my sermons, so she's getting nervous now. She's so mild-mannered, but everybody has a breaking point. I remember this because it was so extraordinary. My mom remembers this only because it was very funny. I was young, I was a kid. My little brother was younger, and we had a dog, this big, not very bright dog. And she came and she found us, and we were in my parents' bedroom. So you already know we were doing something that we shouldn't have been doing. And my mom found us doing whatever it was that we shouldn't have been doing, and she shouted at us. My mom. She said, "Get out!" And I ran out, and my little brother ran out, and the dog ran out. She remembers it because it was admittedly very funny. I remember because it was so out of character for her. The sweetest, nicest, most soft-spoken, mild-mannered, she couldn't stand the sight of us in that moment. Because, from what I've heard, sometimes kids, none of you, of course, none of our wonderful B'nai Mitzvah, but sometimes kids can make their parents a little mad. Maybe, theoretically. And because all of us have been children at some point, we have all made our parents maybe just a little mad. But, it goes beyond the parent-child relationship. As a kid, sometimes you get mad at your parents. Sometimes you get mad at your siblings. No, right? You get mad at your friends, your coworkers. You're scrolling through the internet and you see something that somebody posts and you just, You watch the news and you feel that anger building up. You're driving to work. You can feel your blood boiling just thinking about your commute right now. Everybody gets angry, right? We say, and this is 100% true, we say that God is love, and God is compassion and mercy and kindness and rainbows and unicorns. And we are B'Tselem Elohim, we are made in the image of God, so we should emulate those qualities. We should be compassionate and kind and merciful and loving. And that's all 100% true. It is. And we just heard from all of our B'nai Mitzvah, the whole golden calf incident goes down. Oh, those Jews. Oh, those children of Israel. It's the whole crux of the Exodus. We're enslaved because we're Jews, and then we go leave so we can be Jewish, and then we're free to be Jewish, and what do? Something very not Jewish. And if you were God, let's engage in a little light blasphemy. If you were God, just imagine, you have your children, whom you have loved since they came into existence. You've seen them through good times. You've seen them through bad times. You've seen them through really bad times. You wept while they suffered. You took them out of that suffering, and you made them free to be who they are, free to make their own way in the world. And what do? The one thing that flies in the face of your very existence. So God sees all this going down, this golden calf, Mishigas. God sees this, and God says to Moses, this is in the Torah, God says, I'm going to kill them all. I'm going to kill them all. I don't care that not everybody was involved. Doesn't matter. I'm going to kill all of those Jews. I'll just start over. It's fine. I can't. I'm done. Moses goes down to investigate, gets Aaron's side of the story, sees who was involved. who was not involved. Everyone who was involved is punished, like severely, like permanently punished. And now the Jews are ready to move on. Literally, they're going to move to a different spot. And God says, okay, you're going to move, you're going to go, you're going to encounter some people. It'll be a little tough maybe, but don't worry because I'm going to send an angel. Send an angel. Why send an angel? Like, God has been there the whole time, the column of smoke and the column of fire. And we weren't even that nice. Most of the time we were like, we need water, and God sends water. And we're hungry, and God sends manna. We're still hungry, God sends meat. Jews. God says why, actually, in the Torah. God says, I can't be around you right now. You are a stiff-necked people. And this is in there, if I was around you for one moment, I would destroy you all. The rainbows and unicorns. God is really angry. And does God have a reason to be angry? I mean, all the offenders have been taken care of. Everyone who's left feels awful. But still, God is seething with anger. So why send an angel? Because God knew that God needed a breather. Anger could be, and still can be, extremely destructive. Deadly sometimes, divine or human anger. God said, get out. I love you, I'll take care of you, but right now, I just can't stand the sight of you. God can get angry. Yeah. And know that that's inside, and then just be able to count to 10. Get that room, that space to breathe. Cool down. And not take out all of that mighty divine anger on others. And that's exactly what happens. God takes a breather and comes back. And does not, as all of us can testify because we all exist, does not wipe out all of the Jews. It takes wisdom and intelligence and kindness and mercy to recognize when you are hitting that boiling point. We all, as human beings, we need to do the same thing that God does. It's hard to realize when you're hitting that point and to take a step back. We have to work on it because I think that anger is actually a really easy place to be. I think it's easy to be angry. I think it's getting easier to be angry. You can scroll through the internet and just get yourself real angry. You can sit in traffic and get real angry. You sit at school, sit at your office, and just find stuff. It's easy to be angry. Anger is easy. That's why it's divine to be able to say, you know what? I need to take a step back. I need a minute. Judaism doesn't say, don't be angry. You shouldn't be angry. Never be angry. Because even God gets angry. Even God gets angry. The key is how you respond to and process and deal with your anger. May we all continue to work on taking the time to realize when we need to process our anger, to accept it, to deal with it in a healthy way, because it is one of the most human and divine of emotions. Shabbat Shalom.